You get closer and catch the thief. It's fucking Socrates stealing your shit. He says,
yo, here comes the thug Socrates.
you've had enough. You tie him up in the streets as an example to not steal. That should show him.
Today we're going to be checking out this channel called DD_Informer. And I'm going to assume he's about to inform us on D's. Let's see what he got going on.
What if you sold fried chicken in ancient Greece? Day 1. You arrive in Greece with raw chicken, flour, oil, and a bronze pot.
I'm assuming if you sell fried chicken in ancient Greece, you're going to be rich because who doesn't like chicken? Actually, now that I think about it, I literally haven't ran into anyone who doesn't like chicken. So what I'm assuming is we've all collectively agreed that if our children don't like chicken, we just throw them off a bridge and just try again. Because that gotta be the case.
Philosophers are debating. Athletes training nearby in the dust. They eat figs and barley. You season the chicken and prepare it. Lower it into hot oil. The crackling sound cuts through conversation. The smell spreads through warm Mediterranean air. 20 men gather up and stare at you. Day 2. You set up outside the Acropolis of Athens. People wait hours for your meat. They start calling it Golden Bird. 30 athletes line up after training.
Is that sesame seeds on the chicken?
Grease on their fingers. Silence while...
Why is he eating... Bro, AI is wicked, because why is the chicken falling apart like that? Why he eating the chicken like...
while chewing. By nightfall, you've made a week's wage. Day 3. Things go downhill. Oil needs replacing. Chicken spoils in the heat. Half your stock wasted. You cross the countryside at sunrise. Strike a deal with a farmer outside the city walls. Fresh chicken and oil every morning. Week 1. Socrates approaches your stand. You decide you're
He just... Okay.
gonna teach him a lesson.
Right. Over fried chicken, mind you.
This time, he doesn't ask a question. He just tries your chicken and leaves. You call him a weirdo. He just walks away.
What are you doing to that chicken? Oh, thank you for this fried cock. Like, what are you doing? You singing to it?
Month 6.
Why is no one questioning that he's a skeleton?
The lines extend. You get called to make chicken for the emperor. He tries it with tears in his eyes. You get...
Look at him. Hold on. Look at him while the emperor eats the chicken. Look at his mouth, though. Yeah! You like that? Yeah! That's that good stuff. Yeah! This is stupid, bro.
Get given a kitchen and workers. You reach peak ascension. Year 1. People all over the country have tried your meat. You didn't bring fried chicken to Greece. You brought them desire.
Los Polos. I really thought I was going to be informed. Like, I was expecting, like, some real-life informing necessitiism. Okay.
What if a modern doctor went to medieval Europe? Day 1. You wake up in the streets of London where illness is treated with tradition and prayer. You see doctors walking around wearing beaks. They call it medicine. You call it infection. Day 2. You boil water before drinking it.
Okay, like by clean, I thought he was drinking boiling water. That's on me.
Wash your hands before you touch a patient and clean wounds instead of covering them. They mock you until fewer people die. Day 3. You isolate the sick and separate clean from contaminants.
You know what this feels like? This feels like a isekai story. I got sent to another world as a doctor. I got sent to another world as a modern doctor. I've read a story like this. Like straight up, it's in my notes. I've read a story just like this. Granted, everybody else had like superpowers, mind you, but like they didn't have modern medicine. This is ridiculous.
You burn infected cloth. The survival rates rise. They call it a miracle. Day 4. A child with a high fever survives the night because you cool him and keep him hydrated.
You keep him hydrated with that boiling hot water.
It's faster than disease ever did. They stop calling you a miracle and start following. Day 5. You introduce basic sanitation. Hope grows. People travel miles to see you and line up outside your door before sunrise. Day 6. The church gets word of you. They watch you heal without prayer and cure without ritual.
And then they kill him.
They don't question your results, they question your authority. Day 7. The church closes in and you're removed before sunrise.
Saw it coming.
You're erased, but your methods
Saw
remain.
it coming. You know what? That's not crazy. Day 1, treating a sick patient. Day 2, that sick patient ended up surviving. Day 3, calling you a wizard. Day 4, burnt alive.
What if you brought electricity to ancient Egypt? Day 1, you wake up on your knees at the edge of the Nile. A crocodile waits in the water. The pharaoh asks, any final words? You ask for Jed, amber, and linen. They laugh.
Jed, amber, and linen. Yeah, you gotta be a nerd beyond belief. If someone said any last words, I'll just be looking at them like, just like
you rub them together.
No way you locked in like that.
Everyone goes quiet. Day 2.
They wouldn't kill you on the spot? No way they don't call you a wizard. Maybe they operate different.
You're brought before the pharaoh. You tell him you can build power and weapons. You make a shock device. A guard touches it.
I made that in Dead Island.
Doubts you. You're granted permission. Day 3.
Wait, hold up. You murked a guard and the pharaoh was like, oh, yep, good work. Yo, you know, people say that we're desensitized now, like, because we see things all the time, but when we really think about it, they were having coliseums of people fighting for their lives as entertainment. That was our form of entertainment 500 years ago, right? So I think we were always like this. I don't think we got desensitized. We used to watch people kill each other for fun. Oh, you hear about that one peasant, Bradley? Yeah, he's taking on the Stanford, you know, the Knights. I can't wait to see Bradley get that sword stuck right up in his ass. I mean, UFC is a huge sport. What is UFC? People fighting dang near to the death. They on the brink. You know what I mean? So yeah, they had animals versus humans. A king would be like, hey, can you give me my bear from the back? Yeah, we're gonna have them fight on 10 peasants. I wanna see who wins.
Desert wind. You build wind turbines along the Nile. Wind blows and the blades spin. For the first time, power moves without slaves. Day 4. You build small wooden-wheeled electric carts. No horses are needed. They roll across sand
Hold up, bro. Y'all see the way he's using that wrench, dog?
Horses are
oh, brother.
Needed. They roll across sand faster than any animal. Materials moves quicker. The desert is no longer an issue. Day 5. You upgrade the army. You make shock batons and charged shields. Battles end before they begin.
Yo,
the
AI
news spreads. Egypt commands
wicked.
lightning. Day 7. This is
Egypt
your nation
commands
now.
lightning.
Wind
That's hard.
turbines spin beside pyramids. You control.
Like, why are you looking at me like that? Oh yeah, I got it started. No more slaves. Like, why do you have to look menacing?
All the power. You fed Egypt the future.
I don't believe you're surviving if you did this in ancient Egypt, bro. Because I feel like the people are going to start praising you more than the pharaoh, and that pharaoh is taking your head off if he can.
What if a modern weapons scientist went to ancient Rome? Day 1. You wake up on Roman marble, surrounded by men arguing about war. Legionnaires train with shields and short swords. Catapults creak in the sun. A centurion calls them perfect. You call them inefficient.
Read a manga like this too. Yo, what if they are getting like all these ideas from just like random manga they read, and they're like, you know what? This hasn't really been introduced to the Western audience as much as it could have been. So they started pushing this out.
He laughs and tells you to prove it. You tighten the ropes. Change the angle. Fire once. The bolt smashes through shields and cracks a stone pillar. The yard goes quiet. Day 3. They stop laughing. You're given a workshop. You measure everything. You make every part the same size.
Why are you making helmets the same size if everyone doesn't have the same size head? Right.
Perfect precision. Each machine is your instrument. Now they don't guess. They know where it will hit. Rome starts winning battles faster. Day 5. You're put in charge of production. Forges burn all night.
What just happened?
Train
What's in the
crews
sky?
to fire in waves instead of chaos.
What? That just didn't work.
One volley hits, then another. Cities surrender before the walls even fall. Other kingdoms try to copy you. They're too slow. Day 7. A massive alliance forms to stop Rome. You don't panic. You place machines where they matter most.
Right.
You time every shot, they turn and run. Soon there is.
You know what's funny? It's like there's no actual knowledge being portrayed in the commentary. It's like if you had a 13-year-old explain to you a war story, or like a 13-year-old explain to you history, and it's super vague. Like that's what this is. I put all the machinery at the important points of the map.
There's no alliance, no equal power left. The most dangerous thing you brought to ancient Rome wasn't stronger weapons, it was your brain. Would you become rich selling pizza in ancient Rome?
Absolutely.
You arrive in
Everybody
Rome with
loves
flour,
pizza.
cheese, crushed tomatoes, olive oil, and a clay oven on a cart. The forum is chaos. Merchants shouting, gladiators passing through. You set up your station and start.
What did he just do with that tomato? Look what happens to this tomato.
Gladiators passing.
He seasons out the tomato and then it drops. Man, but the thing is like, it's working though. Look at how many likes it has. Like AI is taking all of our jobs, bro. We are all cooked.
Set up your station and start cooking. You stretch the dough perfectly and pull out the first slice. The smell cuts through smoke and sweat. Gladiator smells it. 20 men stop mid-step. Day 2. People start to queue up. You call it fire bread. You park near the Colosseum. 30 gladiators line up before training. 2 silver coins a slice. By noon,
are those not straight up quarters?
You've made a week's wage.
Are those not straight up quarters?
Day 3. disaster. Cheese spoils in the Mediterranean heat, nearly everything wasted. You cross the Tiber at sunrise and find a dairy farmer outside the city walls. Fresh cheese every
hilarious.
morning. Crisis is handled. Week 1, Socrates is traveling.
It's the same script. Why is Socrates here? It's the same script.
By Rome, he asks you, if the dough is your power, what are you without it? You feel like throwing the.
If the dough is my If the dough is my power, what am I without it? Socrates, I'm slapping you with dough. I'm just gonna wiggle the dough in his face like, oh, what is my power, huh? Oh, you wanna know what my power is? I'm not telling you.
Pizza at him. Month 1. After the games, thousands pour out hungry. You sell 500 slices before sunset.
Skeleton
a senator's
sweating.
advisor
Right.
shows up, takes a bite. Next morning, you're summoned by the emperor. Now you cater private banquets. Gold replaces silver. Month 6.
And now pizza's only available for royalty. And now you took what was a delicacy everyone could enjoy and monopolized it for royalty. Great job. You made everyone's life worse.
12 workers, ovens across 3 districts. Legionnaires and gladiators eat your slices daily. Year 1, copycats everywhere. Sales dip.
Oh,
you
at
sit
least-
above the forum and realize you didn't
at least
give
the people
Rome
eat it.
pizza. You gave them a legacy.
You didn't give Rome pizza, you gave it a legacy. What are you talking about? What is he talking about, bro? Bro is blabbering about absolutely nothing.
What if a modern engineer went to ancient Greece? Day 1, you wake up in Athens. Soldiers fighting barefoot in the dirt. Bronze shields locked tight. They call it
Right.
perfection. You see
call it.
inefficiency. Day 2, you gather wood and bronze scraps. You reinforce their shields and formations.
Can you explain to me how he did that, or are you just saying he did it? Like, can I not get no like in-depth, like somewhat in-depth explanation? Like, how did he redo it? Am I asking for too much?
Balance improves instantly. They don't praise you. They test it in combat. Day 3, you adjust their formation. Front lines rotate.
You're telling me within 3 days you have complete control of the army. It took 3 days. In fact, it took them 1 day to rebuild shields. How did you rebuild shields in a day? Instead of day 1s and day 2s, it should have been like week 1 this happened, week 2 like
Instead of collapsing, soldiers' endurance increases and losses drop. Each
How did
battle
their
starts to
endurance
look like
increase?
training. Day
You've
4,
been there for 3 days. There's no way you conditioned to the soldiers.
you're on top of the world.
In 4 days, he's on top of the world.
Food supplies are no longer an issue. Armor is repaired systematically.
You create a system in 4 days? You can't create a system in 4 days.
Training is scheduled in rotations. Your system is thousands of years ahead. Day 5. Neighboring states fall faster than expected. Sparta moves like a program. Soldiers look to you for adjustments. Generals start memorizing your methods. Day 6. The generals start to take over. They slowly push you out. They understand the system with or
Yep,
without you.
you got
They
kicked
don't
out.
need
That
you
makes sense.
anymore.
That makes
Day
sense.
7. You stand in the yard. Looking at what you created, you are no longer of service.
That's the only realistic part of all of this. That's it. Oh my goodness.
What if you brought McDonald's to ancient Egypt? Day
Obesity is going rampant. Ancient Egypt is falling in a total of 4 weeks because everyone's gonna be out of shape.
1. You arrive beside the Nile with a small charcoal grill, salted beef, and bread. Workers move
Right.
blocks under the burning sun. They only eat stale bread.
Stale bread, and he showed us a sand
Grab
bread,
your
bruh.
meat and roll it into a ball. You press the patty onto the iron.
What am I looking at? Blasphemy, dog.
The sizzle cuts through desert wind. The smell drifts across hot sand.
I ain't never seen a
Workers stop
McDonald's burger that
working and
thick.
admire
A McDonald's patty has never been that thick in the entire creation of Mickey D's,
your
bro.
stand. Day 2.
Never
You
been.
set up near the pyramid site. People wait in the shade for your meat. They start calling it meat of the gods. 30 laborers.
Yo, that is a sit-down restaurant burger. That's the only places that be making patties that thick. That's a sit-down restaurant Angus beef right there. Come
Line
on
up
now.
before sunrise, grease on their fingers, but they don't care. By nightfall, you fed every single worker. Day 3, things go downhill. A governor comes up to your
How?
stand and asks who gave you permission to sell. He tells you to close up shop and leave. You say nothing and hand him a burger. 1 bite and he folds. As long
Why
as you
is the burger full of steam?
give the governors free burgers, no one will disturb you. Week 1, Socrates is touring in Egypt. He comes up and
Where isn't Socrates? Where isn't he? That's what I want to know. Why is he always everywhere? Get a job, Socrates! Where your paper at?
asks you if the burger is your power, what are you? Cut him off.
Thank you.
You've had enough of this bum. You tie him up and send him back to Greece. There's no way he comes back, right?
Yes!
Month 6. The crowds exceed limits. It's getting hard to meet demands. You send a proposal to the pharaoh. He takes one bite of your burger and accepts. He builds you a McDonald's near the pyramids and gives you workers. Your job now to feed workers.
Bro had a triple burger.
Your meat controls Egypt. No food supply enters or leaves the
Your meat controls Egypt. That's a sentence and a half, man. That sentence is next level, man.
country without your approval. You didn't just make a business, you filled hungry stomachs.
Excellent. We didn't come to Greece and just make burgers. We made a legacy.
What if you brought electricity to ancient Persia? Day one,
okay.
You wake up
We're in
on
a
your
different
knees.
area.
The city gathers for your execution, but a storm is coming. Oil won't last the night. You say you can make light without oil. Everyone laughs. You make a light bulb. It glows.
You say you can make light without oil. Everyone laughs. I spawned this light bulb out of my butt cheeks, right? And then I gag out a spark to make the light bulb light. You see that big nostril right there? That nostril's there for Socrates to sit on his face and fart on him. My fault, Socrates. I don't know why you're getting dissed like this. This is not my fault. Socrates is not my fault, bro. I promise.
You get spared. Day two, the storm crashes into the
Like, what are you plugging it into? There's no way you didn't create that in a day. They don't have the materials to even create
city. Strong winds blow out oil lamps, but your lights stay on. You've proven your worth. You are given tools and a guarded workshop.
What's blowing me too is that it's just a light bulb out there. The light bulb isn't protected like how a street light is protected. The light bulb is just out there. You're telling me the winds didn't blow the right.
This is your big breakthrough. Day three, you reveal something greater than light.
Socrates, come ask him. What is he without the light bulb, please?
You build the first electric carriage. There are no horses and no camels needed. The court watches in stunned silence as it moves materials with no effort. You just gave Persia modern transportation. Day five, you begin producing an army of electric carriages. Goods travel across the empire without stopping for rest. Trade routes that once took weeks now take days.
Please.
Markets expand.
Socrates, where are you?
Mountains of gold without drawing a single sword. Day seven, merchants start flooding the city. Electric carriages cross the desert in organized lines. Neighboring kingdoms rely on Persian to survive.
No!
You control the power over the richest empire in the region.
Socrates never showed up. He never corrected him, bro. No, man.
What if you tried to escape North Korea? Day one, you decide you've had enough and plan your escape. You have three options: the South Korean border, the sea, or China. You choose China. You start planning. You don't tell anyone. Not friends, not family. You look for a smuggler. It costs you everything you have. Month one, you meet a middleman. No names, no trust.
Like, how did you meet the middleman? How did you meet the smuggler? There's no way. You met him through online? I thought North Korea's internet access is locked down tight. How did you meet him online?
Just instructions. You don't say goodbye. You leave quietly. The smuggler picks you up.
Yo, Socrates, please fix this. Socrates, please. What is happening? What is that? What is that?
Quietly. The smuggler picks you up, and after hours, you make it into China.
I promise you a car just went through.
This is just the beginning. Month two, a Chinese family hides you. You get a new name.
We didn't even get to see him like breaking out, like getting shot at or anything. He just broke out through a car with a car. He just drove out of North Korea. Nah, bro, like, I'm really getting informed right now, bro. DD Informer, you really informing me, bro. I feel like my brain is working at a capacity it wasn't before, man. I appreciate this.
You work construction by day, wash dishes at night. You start learning Mandarin. Every word matters. Year one.
How did you get a job without knowing a single lick of Mandarin?
You start to blend in, accent improving. Then one day, police walk into the restaurant. They ask for you by name. You get interrogated for hours. Then they hand you a language test. If you fail, you're sent back. Months of work would be gone. After hours of waiting, you pass. Year two, you keep moving, city to city, never staying long. Eventually, you reach Southeast Asia. You seek asylum, and for the first time, you're free. You're one of the lucky ones, but most people never make it this far.
This is just goofy. That's the only way I can describe what's going on here. I want to know the man who's making it. Like, I want to have a detailed conversation on why they do this. How did they come to make this? You know what I mean? That's what I want to know. I want to know how he came to make this.
What if you spent 1 week in ancient China? Day one, you come in wearing AirPods. You're vibing to music. A guard sees you. He thinks you're talking to spirits. People stare. You get taken away fast.
Day one in ancient China, and you have earphones in and just vibing. Makes sense.
Day two, they decide you're just a strange foreigner who got lost. You're given food, millet porridge, cabbage, maybe a little pork. It's
Why do they give you food? They don't know you.
You're still hungry, but you don't want to disrespect them.
Why would they feed treat you if they don't know you, bro.
Day 3, you see how people live. They live in small houses with hard beds. They all share one room. They
Who are
wake
you
up at
living
sunrise
with?
and work until dark. No days
Who are you
off.
living
Day
with?
4, they
What
make
family
you do
accepted
work.
you
Carry
in?
grain bags. Your shoulders bruised, but you can't complain. Work is normal and so is pain. Day 5, they learn you can count. You're moved inside to copy tax numbers.
Oh, he knows his multiplication tables. Oh, he's a genius. Yep. Put him in finance.
You mess up a line and the clerk notices. You think you're cooked, but he says
You're
nothing.
right. 6, 7.
And monitors you for the rest of the day.
Right.
Day 6, a tax dispute breaks out. A farmer swears he already paid. You check the numbers and find the record made a mistake. It wasn't the farmer. You just saved a man from punishment.
How do you know Mandarin? I'm assuming you're of Chinese descent. Have to, because how do you know the language?
Day 7, you've had enough. You go home realizing one thing. In the Han Dynasty, if you're not strong, you better be valuable.
You didn't have to go through anything. 7 days in, you had a high-paying job. You were in finance in 7 days. I mean, if you were complaining about not having a proper toilet or shower, that'd be one thing, but you went straight into finance. Right.
What if you sold matcha in ancient Rome? Day 1.
Socrates would come and be like, huh. Now, what are you without this power? Are you still a man or are you just a matcha man? And then you shoot him.
You arrive in Rome carrying a small pouch of green powder, a bowl, and a wooden whisk. The city smells like piss and wine. These guys only drink wine. You pour green powder and hot water into
They only drink wine. Let me show you this. Let me show you some flavored grass. I bet y'all have never tried to mix water and grass before.
Bowl and you start whisking it. You pour the mixture into fresh milk and ice. People stare. A bright green drink appears. Day 2. You set up next to the
Where'd you get the milk from? If they could drink milk, they would drink milk and not just wine, mind you. So where did you get the milk from? That was just in your back pocket as well? Right.
Coliseum. People start to line up. They call it drink of the earth. A soldier takes a sip. He instantly becomes calm and takes home another fork.
Oh, it tastes just like trees.
Cups. By sunset, everyone in the city is holding green. Day 3. Everyone in the city has tasted.
Sorry, why are there burgers? Why are burgers here? Oh, brother.
Your fluids. The demand keeps growing. People start to debate with each other while holding matcha.
He has a, I just peeped he has a quarter zip. Why is he walking with burger flops? Oh, guys, so, y'all want to go to the Coliseum today? I really want to see Bloody Mary take on that bear. I think she might have a chance. Am I right, guys?
The city is drinking more matcha than ever. By midday, your milk barrels are empty. You have nothing left to mix, so you visit nearby farms and strike deals with Roman.
You strike deals with farmers within a day, and you get milk every morning, right?
Every morning, carts of fresh milk arrive.
Right! Would have never guessed!
At your stall. Week 1. You're just minding your business and working.
I swear if Socrates pulls up, you better punch him.
Fucking Socrates.
Oh my gosh! Socrates! Leave us alone! Bro.
Touring Rome. He approaches, but he doesn't want trouble.
Yo, you better dump that matcha on Socrates' head and tell him to go on somewhere, because why is he pulling up again?
He just wants a drink. You charge him 5 times the price. He pays it like a good boy and leaves to go debate with his geek friends.
Oh, he didn't annoy us?
Month 1.
Oh, he's chill. He's just telling me Socrates is only chill if he has matcha. Why does he still have burger slides on? Someone please get his burger shoes off.
Matcha spreads across the empire. You get summoned by the emperor. He calls your drink a gift from the gods.
Right.
He gives you workers and resources.
Like, why are they acting like they never had grass before?
Your job is simple. Satisfy Rome. Senators drink it during debates. Matcha becomes a Roman obsession. Year 1.
He's
Rome
on his
no longer
knee for
runs
matchas.
on wine. Rome runs on your fluids. No tea enters the city without your approval. You didn't just sell a drink. You changed Roman culture.
You didn't just sell a drink, guys. You sold your fluids, and now all of Rome wants to ingest your fluids. So now, Romans are all on their knees like, oh, give me your fluids. Give it, please.
What if you sold Dubai chocolate in ancient Rome?
You'd be hung by the stake within 12 hours.
Day 1. You arrive in Rome carrying cocoa beans, pistachios, and kunafa. Sweets in the markets are luxury. These guys only eat rotten meat and bread. You grind the beans into a paste and pour it into molds. Then you layer it with kunafa paste. Once they set, you break the bar open. Thick.
If the paste was on top, the pistachios was on top, how did it get inside? You know what? You're right.
Green filling spills out. People stop walking and gather around you. Day 2. You set up near the Coliseum. People line up outside your stall. They call it green turd.
Guys, I'm gonna predict day 3. Day 3, he's going to be running out of milk, and he's going to strike up a deal with nearby farmers and get milk every morning.
A Roman soldier takes one bite. He freezes. He buys 10 more to give his whole family diabetes. By sunset, Rome is covered in chocolate wrappers. Day 3.
How are they covered in chocolate wrappers? I didn't see no chocolate wrappers.
The city is addicted. The demand only grows.
They got on their knees immediately?
Comes to you. He asks you to make a batch for the whole army before training.
Ooh.
They want the sugar rush during training. By midday, you run out of milk, so you walk over the river Tiber to strike deals with farmers. You now have fresh milk every morning.
I would have never guessed! Wow! Unbelievable! Nah. Is Socrates pulling up
Week
too?
1. You see that someone
Of course he is. Of course he is.
is stealing. You get closer and catch the thief. It's fucking Socrates stealing your shit. He says,
Yo, here comes the thug, Socrates. Why is he looking dead into the camera? Socrates, you know we're watching, but how do you know that?
he can explain and tries to ask you his bum-ass questions.
Is it your power that makes the Dubai, or is the Dubai making you?
You've had enough. You tie him up in the streets as an example to not steal. That should show him. Month 1. Kunafa is known across the empire. Rome imports cocoa everywhere now. Senators eat your chocolates during debates. Markets don't smell like piss anymore. They smell like melted chocolate. Rome becomes the chocolate
That's
capital.
so much
Year
better.
1. You're the richest person in Rome. You run your own chocolate factory and
Right.
workers. Rome no longer runs
You run your own chocolate factory. Do you even know what that means?
on bread and rotten meat. It runs because of you. You didn't just sell chocolate.
Why do you have Hello Kitty slippers on? You didn't just sell chocolate to Rome. Let me guess. You sold them a culture.
You brought diabetes to Rome.
Dang it! Nah, bro. I thought I was gonna lock in. Thought I had it. Yo, Socrates is getting hoed.
What if a UFC fighter woke up in ancient China? Day 1, you open your eyes on dirt. A monk in simple robes stands over you and says,
yeah, you
train.
blicking him.
You're 205 pounds of
You're blicking
creatine
him.
and pre-workout.
Nah, yeah, blick that monk.
He's 5'7", lean, raised on rice and repetition, and has been practicing forms since he was 7.
I do
You
not care.
flex at
Blick
him. And
him.
show off. He doesn't know what a flex is. He thinks you're high. Day 2, you throw a perfect jab cross. He shifts his stance, sweeps
Yo, AI boxing, this is the
your
nastiest thing I've
leg,
ever
and you
seen.
hit the ground.
Bro, they have training techniques that are thousands of years old. Clearly, they're not efficient. A UFC fighter is taking him down, bruh. He's taking him down easily. What are we talking about? Come on, no, let's be for real, guys. Let's be for real.
Before you understand what happened, his palm stops
Be
inches
so
from your
for real.
throat. In the UFC, you had 5-minute rounds. Here, there are no rounds. This ends when someone can't get back up.
I'm taking the UFC fighter. I'm taking any athlete nowadays over somebody from 1,000 years ago or 500 years ago.
Day 3, you ask for protein. Instead, they place one single grain of rice in your hand as your meal. You now understand why monks don't feel pain. You stare at the grain. You miss In-N-Out burgers. Day 5, a real test. No cage, just a courtyard and a circle of silent students. These men walk forward without trash talk. The man next to you whispers, balance. You whisper back, where's the referee? He doesn't know what that is. Day 7, the master asks if you want to stay. You were a champion in your era. Here, you're mid.
Bro, a UFC fighter would not be mid. This is, what type of rage bait is this? Gotta be rage bait. See, that's what I'm saying.
What if a modern engineer went to ancient Egypt?
Oh,
Day
what would
1,
happen?
You wake up in the desert, thousands of workers dragging stone blocks with ropes. You
No.
watch for less than a minute. It's inefficient. Day
It really
2,
is.
you gather
Extremely
material. You build a
inefficient. You gather material. How did you gather material? Let me know, where did you find the trees at? Where did the
pulley and
logs
lever
come
frame.
from?
One stone lifts with a fraction of the manpower.
You're telling me you built that in a day by yourself?
The overseers stop shouting. Workers stop straining. The block moves smoother than it ever has.
How? I'm not seeing it move
Day
smooth
3,
at all.
guards escort you through massive gates. You stand before Khufu. You demonstrate your system. The weight rises cleanly.
I just realized with the blueprints that he's demonstrating, when did you get pen and pencil to write down your blueprints?
You are given control over the construction of the pyramids. Day 4, you reorganize everything. Ramp angles adjust.
He's walking around with Tim's, mind you, like, bro, no one's questioning his attire.
Labor divided into rotations. Measurements standardized. Output increases. The pyramid starts rising faster than planned. Day 5, the site runs like a machine. Stones arrive on schedule. Injuries drop. Workers look to you before they look to the priests. The build becomes your design. Day 6, overseers
least we're not
start to
gonna see
understand the
Socrates.
system. The pyramid no longer depends on you. It depends on what
Get
you
him outta here.
created. At
Yep.
dinner, you get given wine that tastes weird. You wake up in the desert, burning lungs. Day 7,
they drugged
you lie
you?
there. The pyramid keeps rising. Your
They
name never
drugged
does.
you. Wow. At least we didn't have to see Socrates. look on the bright side. You know what I mean? DD Informer. You're an interesting character, man.